We here! Yo, this is the gym Alphaland in Houston, Texas. Let's get into the workout.
So today I'm at Alphaland and I'm going to get in the leg and shoulder workout. That's going to be the whole coverage for today. Whenever I start, I'm usually focusing on two things. Ultimately, it's one, making sure my body's in the right positioning form over everything I do. And making sure I use weight that's going to help me not only grow my physique, but help me get the workout done with the right tension and ultimately get to where I need to be. Because at the end of the day, for me personally, it's not about how much weight you're lifting, but it's more about how much you're working with time, you're working with tension, and you're working with weight that gives you enough rep done. Five. 6. 7. 'All right, so I'm going to do one more set after I recover for about 30, 45 seconds. I'm gonna do it 2 sets based on time today. So we're gonna go and jump into another leg workout and finish off with shoulders. And that's going to be about it. All right, so we have number 2 on the way. I'm gonna finish off with this, then go and do leg press or probably squats, whichever one is gonna be open. Eight, 9, and 10. So that pretty much is the whole coverage of what exactly a leg day is like for me in a day to day. It's usually going to be leg press, then there's going to be squats with it, or sometimes I'll mix it up and do lunges all together with leg press itself. Every other day I like to mix it up and not do the same thing over time because the body usually adjusts and usually adapts to what it already knows. So every other month or so, I'll just switch it up and go about it. All right, so for the last exercise I have for today, maybe second to last, right? Shoulder raises. I usually lean it forward just slightly and then contract without having to exert or use biceps, triceps, or any other muscle that is not the shoulders. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's one set that works the traps. And what is a go-to, my usual main point is working on and making sure that I'm always engaging one muscle group at a time, not more than once, but doing it repetitively and doing it consecutively. So my goal really is to just work with lightweight, work with that repetition over time. And based on that is how I've been able to just really grow muscle altogether. It usually takes time because building muscle is different from weight loss in the sense that weight loss is more gradual and it's a much more of an easier process for it to actually occur versus just putting muscle in general, it takes more time. It takes more stimulus for you to actually grow your body naturally. So when it comes to the two processes altogether, I mean, weight loss is the common approach, but it's important to have much more of a longer expectation in terms of muscle building and how you want to go about that process. Ideally, man.
3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
8, 9, 10.
All right, that's number 2. Yeah, the goal today isn't really to focus on shoulders. It's just traps, because for me, that's one of the body parts that I'm more lacking in. So usually 2 to 3 sets is good. When I work with one more set and I recovery rate usually is about, 40, 45 seconds, man, because I don't really need that much time compared to when I'm lifting. Usually when I'm lifting, usually requires a lot more time, because not only is the load a lot more heavier, but as you lift, you're going to need more time for the recovery for your physique to really just rest, recover, so you can have more of an exertion rate the next time you get back into the actual sets. That's what I look at in terms of lifting. When it comes to non-conventional lifting like this, it doesn't really require much exertion. I usually cut down my rest time about 30 seconds, maybe 40. So this is going to be the last set for traps. Again, don't only the shoulders or the traps really. Should be the muscle group you engage with. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that's set number 3. Again, we're going to find one more exercise for the traps. We're not doing shoulders today, just traps, right? Traps and squats is what we did. So we're going to find one more that I can do for traps. If there is another machine in here that does trap work, seeing as this is my first time here, I'm not really so sure about it. But in the meantime, we'll look around and see what I find. If not, we're going to stick to something basic and just finish it off with laterals or something of the sort. All right, so we have 3 sets of squats going in. We're going to start. Recovery is usually based on 30 to 45 seconds. Just starting out, my third set, we're going to amp it up to about a minute and start from there. But usually when I start, it's always enough just to get the blood flow and move your body around a little bit so you get fairly adjusted to what you're working with. So warm-ups don't really need to take the whole day or the whole morning. Just run it up for about a set. Warm up with a 25 or a 10. It's just really enough to get the body moving. That's all I see warm-ups really as, just to get the body flowing. But I am pressed up on time though. First working set. Eight. So 8 working sets with 45 pounds. The second working set is going to be with a 10. Third working set is going to be a 25. It's not going to be a heavy lifting day for today. It's going to keep it light. If I have time for it, I'll get some shoulder work in, depending on how it goes. So that's 10 pounds on both sides. Recovery, different. It differs between individuals, right? I can tell you can recover for about 30 seconds or 45, but depends on your exertion, how much energy you build up after the set is how I go about my recovery. So every other set, it just varies. So you gotta find what works best for you and lean off on that. Five. This is 5. 6, 7, 8. God. So that's set number 2. You got one more working set. So again, it's going to be about a minute. Then we're going to branch off and get the third one done. So for this one, we're adding 25s. So you could look at it as 5% higher than the previous rep, but altogether, I look at it as each and every set that I work with, I'm always working on improving my strength overall or improving the weight. 2 things you can look at altogether if the goal is to build real strength, if the goal is to ultimately get into a stronger physique altogether. So 5-10% per weight, I don't know about you, but the goal for me is to lift the same weight every time I come in the gym and expect to get physically stronger. I mean, that's really how the body really works. When the body gets applied with enough stress due to what you lift, it's going to be easy for you to break down and then recover in the right direction. So this is going to be the final set that I have. Hold up. Honestly, it feels like one side is heavier than the other. Yeah, one side was. All right, now both sides are even this time, right? So this is the third and final set. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3 sets in total done. I like to work in a time under the tension to work with how much weight I'm working with. But just control the weight as I'm on the way down. I find that's more beneficial towards just ramping the weight up and down. Just trying to get through the motion, just trying to get through the exertion of the exercise altogether. So it's not really my style. It's not really me. So I focus more on just controlling it slowly and focusing on the actual weight that I'm working with. And now we're gonna do a little bit of shoulders in, and depending on how that goes, that may be it. All right, set number 1. So I have 45s on me. Again, same principle. Working on just time under tension.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10. or is it a higher angle and set? So this is gonna be the final set that I have going on of the trap press. So the other exercises that I did this, it wasn't with the trap, it was with the easy barbell, but with this one, we went to the gym too, and we got it loaded, got it set up, now we're working with it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
For one, I think this press itself is great for beginners, especially if you want a machine that's going to allow you to control the weight compared to an easy bar curl, which isn't really set weight like this. But if you want to, as a beginner, if you want something that's going to help you with positioning, this is going to be your best bet.
4, 5.
All right, but look, that's going to be it for today's workout. It was strictly traps as well as lower legs. So now we got that done. So the next time we get in, it's going to be probably an upper body kind of day. But that's going to be it for today's workout. Tap in, rock with me. We out.